If you're a business owner, I've got two very serious questions for you. Number one, do you ever feel like you're running on fumes, that you're just so tired that you can't make it any further in your business? And then number two, did you know that 1 out of every 2 business owners suffers from burnout? And perhaps are you one of that 50% who is dealing with burnout in your business? Kevin Weir, your action business coach, helping you achieve your business dreams. And today what I want to do is I want to show you why burnout happens in a business. And this is something that seriously destroys so many businesses, and I hope it's not going to be your business. And so I want to go ahead and walk why that's the case and what some solutions are. So by the end of this video, you will have some excellent starting solutions so that you can get yourself out of burnout. Let's go ahead and begin. So here's the truth. Burnout is a systems problem, not a workload problem. What do I mean by that? The fact of the matter is that systems are designed to run a business and businesses are run by people. What's happening with burnout is you are working without systems in between, and now you're creating chaos for yourself. And see, here's the thing. You're not failing. You're not broken, and you're not bad at business. It's the fact of the matter is if you run a business without systems, you will eventually burn out. So let me go through and show you what are the biggest reasons that people go into burnout in business, okay? So number one is constant firefighting. If your day is just bouncing from problem to problem to problem, that's an issue, and that's helping you go into this burnout process. See, when everything falls on you, here's what that cycle looks like. You have fires you have to put out. And then that leads to extra hours you have to work in that business. And then that increases stress. So it's that whole cycle of fires, extra hours, extra stress, and it just keeps going round and round and round. See, that's what I call the burnout. And we have to figure out a way to stop this constant firefighting. So that's one's firefighting. Number two is decision fatigue. See, here's the whole thing. Business owners make hundreds of micro decisions every single day. And one of the things we know is that making decisions has an increase in need for energy from you, the business owner. It may not seem a lot, but pile up micro decision on top of micro decision upon micro decision, and it creates that fatigue. You feel like you're starting to get foggy. By the end of the day, you just don't give a rip. Because why? You've made so many micro decisions in a day, it's wiped you out. This is what we call decision exhaustion. So the third area now is no boundaries between life and work. Let me ask you this. Are you a business owner who is basically taking phone calls at 10 p.m. from customers or employees? Are you getting messages through text or through Instagram or other social media at all hours of the night? And does it also feel like that your brain won't shut off? See, here's the thing. You have no boundaries. For me, one of the things that I had to do is I had to stop working from home and get a real office because it created boundaries between where I am at home and when I'm at work. And once I created those boundaries, it made a huge amount of effect in my business and in my life. So 3 problems: constant firefighting, decision fatigue, no boundaries between work and life. So now let's talk about what I call the burnout prevention system. This is the way that we're going to start preventing you from burning out. And if you're sitting here going, please tell me, I am ready for some answers. So take some notes. So step number 1 is install a weekly plan. Here's what I want you to do. Every Monday morning, you're going to pull out some form of time planner, and you're going to spend that entire 30 minutes planning out your week. You're going to create blocks of time in which you're going to do specific activities. So now you're going to have a game plan and a roadmap for how time is going to be utilized in the week. Will that schedule be perfect? No, not even close. But you have started to create a framework on how you're going to spend your energy in the week. So you need to take a look at what are your top priorities of the week, what must get done in the week and make sure it gets scheduled, what can you do, and the biggest thing is what you're not going to do that week. You cannot do everything, so why even try? Table it, figure out another time to do it. Okay, so number 2 is you need to delegate 1 recurring task. Not 5, not 3, 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at a recurring task that you do every single day or every single week. You're going to ask yourself, how can I delegate that to something else or delegate it to a system, or delegate it to a virtual assistant who might be remote, something that gets it off of your plate. Now, might that take time? Yeah, it's not going to happen in 1 week. But if you dedicate yourself to delegate that one task to either something else, somebody else, or a system, and you get that completed, guess what? That's going to feel a lot better. And now you're going to find the next thing to delegate and the next thing to delegate. And then 3, you need to basically negotiate rest for yourself. You need to find one particular block in a week where you can completely pull the plug on your business. Now, you might tell me, so right now, I can't, Kevin. If I do that, it'll fall apart. Start small, maybe 2-hour block on a Saturday if that's possible, or a Sunday or whatever. And then start growing it, maybe 3 hours, and then 4 hours, and start stretching it out over time. No emails, no problem solving. You cannot create clarity for you as a business owner if all you're doing is problem solving and getting no rest. So rest is mandatory. Now, I want you to listen to this. Listen, you're not failing. You're not behind, and you're not alone. 50% of business owners like you are going through this burnout process. What you need to do is you need to start creating systems in your business instead of trying to run on willpower. Willpower will fail every time. Systems will not. The good news is systems can be installed. Everything can be put together, systematized, so that you don't have to run everything yourself. So let me ask you this. If you're a business owner, I've got a couple of things I want to tell you that I can help you to do with this. Number 1, there's a free business success quiz. Click the link below. That's going to give you an idea of what are some of the things that you need to work on. Number 2, I've got a program called 2 weeks of free coaching to get a start. It's not going to cost you anything, but it's at least going to start a process to get you out of burnout. And then number 3, we are rolling out a system called ABOS, Action Business Operating System. And in the next month, it will be ready to go, and it's going to help you create a systematized business through a process that's going to take you to get to the point where a business can run without you, the business owner. Look forward to talking with you. Go out there, start reversing that burnout, make it happen. Have a great day.